Hello, good people. Welcome back to another blessed message with Lady Ni, also known as Minister. Hey, 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 hey. Ow, 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 ow. Mm. Ow. Yes, we're here with another word from the Lord. Actually, I have multiple words from the Lord. I might do two lives today. Who knows? I'm going to allow the Holy Spirit to lead as usual. Okay. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. All right. So this message is looking at the bright side. The benefits of being in the pit. So God told me, He told me it's about to get real. Yes, things are about to go AWOL. I think I'm saying that right. Y'all know that I had trouble with that word, but things are just going to be a little chaotic right now. Not for you, Lady Nah, that's what the God told me. But for some other folk, okay, yeah, it's going down. Things are getting real all the way live. So again, prophetically speaking, God told me that the things that people wish for you would happen to them. hmm That people are actually going to reap what they have sown in this season. That's what He revealed to me. And again, we don't take pleasure in it. We don't celebrate that. Actually, this is actually what the message is about. We mind our business. Yes, we're gonna get into it. And this is exactly why God gave me this message. Now I can see. I love when that happens in real time when I'm trying to bring forth the message and God reveals other things concerning this matter. Okay, so before I get into it, let's just start with our scriptures. We're going to be in Genesis 36 to 37. Genesis 37 to start off. Then we're going to go to Daniel. Then I'm going to get into the word. And then, yeah, we're just going to let God do what He does. So, Genesis 37, starting at verse 23, it says, So when Joseph came to his brothers, they stripped him of his robe, the ornate robe he was wearing, and they took him and threw him into the cistern. The cistern was empty, there was no water in it. As they sat down to eat their meal, yeah, yeah. I just read a little bit of verse 25. You can read that for yourself. Read your whole entire Bible. Also, let's look at Daniel, hmm Daniel 6, and we're going to read verse 16. So the king gave the order, and they brought Daniel and threw him into the lion's den. The king said to Daniel, May your God, whom you serve continually, rescue you. Okay? Yeah. So, if you recall, there were some folk who were dismissed, displaced, uh-huh, left for dead, placed in a cistern, aka a pit, uh-huh. Some people were placed in a lion's den, uh-huh. And the intent was so that you could reach your end, your demise. They were never supposed to see you again. It was supposed to be over for you. That was the intention. However, God made a way. When our backs were against the wall and it looked as if it was over, God made a way. Oh, I love when God just give me a song. But even still, some folk are here to testify today about the fact that they survived the pit, they survived the lion's den, and all the atrocities that took place. Again, these were intentional on purpose setups, traps, entrapments. Yeah, these weren't accidents. We all will experience struggle, in our lives. We're gonna feel something. We're gonna experience some bad situations along the way. However, it's one thing to experience it naturally. It's another when people put you in places to harm and hurt you. Okay, so yeah, we were in the pit. Yeah, I'm gonna include myself in that. But God said, look at things from the bright side. Uh huh. What is the benefit of being in the pit? Consider that, Lady Nine. Let's talk about it. Looking at things from the bright side. So, for those who follow this station, you are familiar with Minister A, the therapist, the counselor, who actually is quite solution focused. Yeah, solution oriented. So I don't dwell on things. I don't stay in a slump or a dump. We're going to try to find a way to overcome the obstacle. Whatever situation we're faced with, we're going to see our way through. So I had a conversation just the other day, and it was concerning a matter. And the question was essentially, what is the bright side? How can you reframe this and look at things from a different perspective? What is the benefit of being in the pit? Okay, so let that settle in your spirit for a moment. But I'll share what God told me concerning this matter. He said, look, Minister A, no one can say you said or did anything because you were not there. You were not involved. Your name is Bennett and you ain't in it. That's what God told me. That's a benefit. So when all the stuff hits the fan and everything blows up, you had nothing to do with it. You had nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing. Because some windows are shattering in this moment. You hear what I'm saying? I told you, God said the bottom is falling out for some people. Things are not pleasant for some people in this hour. And you had absolutely nothing to do with it because you were in the pit. You were in the pit. So there is no question about where you were when these events took place. There's no question. Everybody know you were in the pit. You were disposed of. They threw you in the garbage can. Put the lid on and everything. They took all your resources and support. So there's no way you could have been remotely involved. They left you on the bus stop. So you need to stay right there. You ain't when the police come and they like freeze, you like, I'm free and clear. I had nothing to do with it. You were excluded from the meetings and all the fanfare, all the gatherings, all the discussions. You were excluded. You had nothing to do with it. You had no parts of any of it. And no one will be able to use you as a scapegoat in this situation. Nope. So when the word scapegoat reappeared, I thought of the movie I just mentioned, based on the book by Frida McFadden, The Housemaid. Yeah, so it's out. It's on Stars. Gotta pay for Stars, but hey, The Housemaid. So I shared a little snippet about it concerning a different matter, but there was also something in the movie that stood out. I told you it was a plot twist, and I was like, yes, I love a good plot twist. So in The Housemaid, essentially, there was someone in the movie who wanted someone else to serve as the scapegoat. They wanted them to do the dirty work. They wanted them to take out their trash. That's what they wanted. You got to be careful in this season. I keep reminding, especially young people, some people will set you up for failure because they have evil, mean spirits and they want you to do the dirty work for them. That's what crime bosses do. Mob bosses, I don't know what they call them. They have all these little minions go out and do all that dirty work. We talked about those RICO crimes and the RICO law, where they can actually be held accountable. But they'll send out people to do all these little tasks and work. And so they can say that their hands are clean. So somebody wanted someone to be a scapegoat. They wanted you to complete their unfinished work because they've seen what you're capable of by yourself. But God is saying, this is not your fight. You are in the pit. Stay there. You were placed in the pit. And although it was terrible, being in the pit has its benefits. Looking at things from the bright side. Sometimes we sit in that situation. We're like, why me, Lord? Why I gotta be me? But you have to think of it this way. You are not involved in any of these shenanigans. So you need to stay there. It's safe there for the moment. That's what God whispered into my ear. God is hiding you. He is protecting you from the calamity that is sure to come. Yeah. So when God said he gonna hide you, he means just that. He gonna hide you, gonna protect you. He can put you in a place where nobody can get to you. Nobody can say you was involved in anything. Your name is Bennett and you ain't in it. And you have to remember, you didn't go through all of that for nothing. Stay right there. reminding us of Joseph. What did he say? Brothers stripped him of everything, placed him in the cistern. And we know that he was later sold off. Daniel, they placed him in the lion's den and said, God bless you. I hope it work out for you. Bye. That's what they told him. Okay, stay right there. That's what God is saying. Do not get involved unless God tells you otherwise. Do not get involved. Stay in the pit. You are safe. You will not be the fall guy this time, because this is the thing. They wanted to use you as the fall guy and say you did, you said, you ordered. You had nothing to do with it because they left you out. Yeah, they left you out. God told me stay out of them people's business. Stay out of them people's business. They ain't want you in it. Don't get involved. Remember, they said they didn't know where you were. They ain't know where you were. Okay? Even if they saw you every day, every week, even if they had your number, even if they followed you on social media, they ain't know where you were. Keep it that way. They said they couldn't get in contact with you. God is telling me in this season, keep it that way. Like Joseph's brothers, keep it that way in this season. Remember when they read back, the report was to the father that they didn't know what happened to Joseph. Or actually, he was eating. They had the evidence. He was eating. He's gone. Joseph is gone. That's what they said. Keep it that way in this season. God told me someone asks you anything, you say, I don't know. I ain't had nothing to do with it. Repeat after me. I don't know. That's your answer. Remember what Joseph said? Am I God? When his brothers came pleading their case to him, because by this time their father, who actually served as the intercessor between the brothers, he wanted to keep the peace. He wanted all his sons to be in good graces with one another. He was deceased at this time, so they got a little nervous. And he went to Joseph. Please, I apologize. Accept our apology. He said, am I God? Yeah. So let's look at another piece of the scripture that God gave me, because this is going to be critical for someone who wants to speak up, get him. Don't do it. Stay in the pit. They left you there. Genesis 50, verse 15. It says, when Joseph's brothers saw that their father was dead, they said, what if Joseph holds a grudge against us and pays us back for all the wrongs we did to him? So they got a little nervous again. So they sent word to Joseph saying, your father left these instructions before he died. This is what you are to say to Joseph. I ask you to forgive your brothers the sins and the wrongs they committed in treating you so badly. Now please forgive the sins of the servants of the God of your father. When their message came to him, Joseph wept. So Joseph is a good guy. He's remorseful, even though he didn't do anything. He's sorrowful. He's empathetic. That's the word. And sympathetic towards them. And again, those who are in the pit, of course we're empathetic. We're going to see things happen that we're like, wow. We're going to see the true nature of the crimes that were committed. And we're going to see the people that were involved. And you're going to be shocked to see who, what, when, where, how. Because these were just kinfolk. These was your people. These people you know. These are people you're familiar with. It's going to be shocking. So you're going to have emotions associated with it. And God said, stay there, stay in the pit. Don't worry. I got this. I saw a post. He said, I got this. Where am I post at? Let me see if I can pull it out. It said, oh, yeah. I didn't save it, but it said, let God handle it. He got it. Let him do it on your behalf. So again, Joseph wept. His brothers then came and threw themselves down before him. We are your slaves, they said. But Joseph said to them, don't be afraid. Am I in the place of God? Am I God? Yeah, what you intended for harm actually worked out for good. That's what Joseph said. What you intended for harm actually worked out for good. But here's another part of this. Now we're going to go back to Daniel, because Daniel was in the lion's den. The thing is, we already talked on the fact that sometimes people are reaping what they sowed, and they want to look to you because they know that you're the one that they did something to. Okay. But you in this season, what is the thing we're gonna say? I don't know. I had nothing to do with it. I don't know. It's not me. I didn't do it. So I don't know if anyone, someone has actually read The Girl Shepherd, but the part three actually touches on this subject matter, on what happens, the aftermath, all these things. So I just part two also. So part two and part three. I encourage those to go out and get that. It's a good read. It's a short read, so you're not going to spend half your life reading this work. However, it's a good story. So I say all that to say that your response can be, I don't know, I didn't do it, I was not involved. So in Daniel 6, real quick, we're just going to look at verse 24. It says, at the king's command, the men who had falsely accused Daniel were brought in and thrown into the lion's den, along with their wives and children. And before they reached the floor of the den, the lions overpowered them and crushed all their bones. Okay, so what I say? What they say? All hell is breaking loose in this season. Things are going to just go. Wow, it's going to be a calamity. That's what God said, and you had nothing to do with it. But they're going to want to blame you because they know what they did to you. But this is out of your hands. This is in God's hands now. Okay, I think I referenced that in the previous message. It's in God's hands now. There's nothing you can do about it. Okay. Yeah. Stay in the pit. That's the message for this particular video. I'll be back real soon with another message. Continue to sit pretty, walk heavy. Take care.